on screen, the left-handed player, seeded up against Miyuu KIHARA of Japan. Unbelievable it may seem, but both players only 15 years of age. And we see the contrast between the right-handed and left-handed combination. Miyuu KIHARA wasn't even seeded to get to this position. She had to play through the group stages. She won all 4 group matches in relatively comfortable fashion. She only dropped to 1 set to Charlotte Louise of France. And in the round of 32, she beat Anna Vigritzin of Poland, and here she's up against KUAI of China. The winner of this match will play the winner of Jamia Laurenti and Kim Eung-sung. That's happening live right now on one of the side courts. Good start by the Japanese player, 3-1 up. And of course it was a battle between China and Japan in the final of teams in the girls. And it was Miyuu KIHARA that won her match. And that was against Chen Yi. So, as far as records against Chinese in this championships, Miyuu KIHARA has beaten the one that she's played so far, but that was in teams, that was best of 5. She could beat kuaiman here. She could be en route to the final, and even more impressively than that, I'd imagine, the Chinese could see her as a real threat for the future, because to beat 1 takes skill, to beat 2 takes serious ability. She's got off to a good start here in the first game, 6-2 up. KUAI 16 in the world for under 18s. Slightly underranked, she doesn't participate too often. And KIHARA 127, hence she had to play the group stages. However, when we look at the senior ranking can be a telling sign into how good a player is. Because a lot of these juniors are so good that they actually play more senior events than they do junior events. Because some of the junior events they may be too strong for, but these are the best of the best when it comes to juniors here at the Junior Worlds. I was about to say, in terms of senior ranking goes, Miyuu KIHARA is 52 in the world. So for a 15-year-old to be top 60 in the world is quite remarkable. KUAI isn't as colourful on the senior ranking list. She's 348. So Miyuu KIHARA here, despite not being seeded to beat KUAI, a few would expect her to because of this senior ranking she has. Well played by KUAI. Lovely top spin down the line. spotted the open space and drives all of her weight through the ball. Miyuu KIHARA was a bit passive with the forehand. And kuaiman serving at 7-9 down. 8-9, pendulum serve, and then follows up with the backhand on the parallel. And already a timeout. This is interesting because usually we don't see timeouts until second, third, fourth games. But here we see the Japanese coach really emphasising the importance of KIHARA taking this first game. He doesn't want her to let go of this lead. To give a Chinese player a good start, they're just growing confidence. Which you don't really want to have to play against. So Miyuu KIHARA 9-8 up against kuaiman of China. kuaiman with the serve, she's creeping back in. Let's see if the timeout helps the Japanese. It certainly does. She punches the ball cross court. The serve was a bit loose. 10-8 to Miyuu KIHARA. And she has the serve. She'll be hoping she can convert it at the first time of asking. Doesn't want any nerves to creep in at 10-9. And the serve was readable for kuaiman. It was a bit too long and a bit too bouncy. kuaiman mops up the crumbs, 10-9. She's going to go for the hook serve again, but she'll hope to keep it a bit tighter. And she doesn't. kuaiman comes in with a flick. Two pretty poor serves there from Miyuu KIHARA. You have to serve better than that at those moments. 10-8 up, diffused. And it was a long, heavy serve, but KIHARA picks it up, compensates for the previous 2 points. Third game point. Better this time, the hook serve tighter, and she gets in off 2 strong balls. 12-10 to Miyuu KIHARA. kuaiman has a bit of a tough cookie up against her today. It's the hardest match that both players will have to play so far. That's evident. It's the last 16. Each player at this round is incredible, but these two, with their ability, you would expect to see at a quarter-final, not a last 16, which is what makes it even more interesting, because if Miyuu KIHARA can defeat kuaiman, that's one of the 4 Chinese players gone out of the draw, which means that we won't have a Chinese player in one of the semi-finals. It opens up the draw a little bit. So a dream start for Miyuu KIHARA. Let's see how she continues. Slaps at the ball a little bit there. She would have been better slowly spinning it over. a really nice hook serve. We see a few Japanese players using that in the women's game. Mima Ito, Miyuu Harano, Hina Hayata. The hook serve, because you come around the ball, you can hide what spin you're putting on it between top spin and back spin. Well played, solid stuff from Miyuu KIHARA. She keeps the bat up. She doesn't need to have much of a backswing because she's using the pace of kuaiman. But she just stands there and gives it a little counter, using a little forearm action. She can keep the ball on the table with a closed racket angle. 2-all. 3-2 to Miyuu KIHARA. Excellent third ball kill. The hook serve causing a few problems for the Chinese player, because they're into the middle as well. It's that awkward halfway point between, should I do a forehand flick, should I do a backhand flick, or should I touch the ball? The middle is the uncertain ground. Nice third ball spin. It can be a unnerving shot, the forehand counter top spin, especially if you're playing against a slow and spinny ball. 5-3 to Miyuu KIHARA, courtesy of a bit of luck, which she apologises for. But even though she might be getting a bit fortunate off the top of the net, she's the one initiating play. She's the one that's switching the ball around. She's very aggressive on the forehand. She spins the first one, and then she's got the bat up so she can slap through the ball. Mima Ito has a very similar forehand. She has pimples on the backhand, but the forehand style is similar to that of Miyuu KIHARA. That ball was far too loose. Kuaiman's just going to eat that up all day. If KIHARA can keep this lead, she'll find herself 2-0 up, which is excellent, given who she's playing against. But it's important when you're playing not to think about who you're playing, just play the ball. Play the weakness, play the ball. Don't play the opponent. Kuaiman's really struggling at the moment. She may be going for the right shots, but KIHARA's been the more consistent of the two. Chinese coach nodding his head. Doesn't want to affect his player by showing her any negative body language. But that's not good enough from kuaiman. She's snatching at balls. She's lacking control a bit at the moment. Perhaps she should slow the ball down, try and increase the percentages. But at the tip of the hat, Miyuu KIHARA advances 2-love and jogs back to a corner, as does kuaiman, but the difference being 2 games here. The Chinese coach knows his player has a lot of work to do. as for Miyuu KIHARA, she has little improvement to make on this performance, really. I couldn't see her playing much better than she is. She's pummeling away at her opponent. She's playing sensibly. She's not overdoing it. She's just spinning and building the rally up if it continues. She's playing very sensible table tennis. For her, it's a case of continuing as she has started, really. Starting as you mean to go on. So 2-0 to the unseeded Japanese player here against one of the Chinese giants. It's hard to believe that both players are only 15. Still both got a few years left in juniors. We could be seeing these two face each other for many years to come as rivals. Let's see what changes kuaiman's going to implement. She has to stop KIHARA from playing as she has, really. By flicking the serve, kuaiman can ensure that Miyuu KIHARA can't slow spin. She'll have to counter or drive. But that's semi-dependent upon what serve Miyuu KIHARA is giving her. That's well played. Fast serve down the line. And then playing the ball in the same position again. Well, that's better from the Chinese. She has to spin first, because KIHARA's been better than her. Serve a bit too predictable, and KIHARA wasn't fully recovered to play the forehand. For any of you guys watching on the live stream, I've got a question for you. Who do you think will represent China and Japan in the women's at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics next summer? Clever touch coming around the side of the ball. 9-4 to kuaiman. This has been the best game she's played so far. She's looking to get the first one on the board. KIHARA fighting for every single ball. 9-7, and now a timeout for China. Kuaiman needs this game. She does not want to go 3-0 down. She'd have Mount Everest to climb if that happened. The summit probably would be too large. You don't see many comebacks from 3-0. Possible, but not probable. Ten 10-7 to Kuaiman, the timeout working. Can she break the ice by getting a game on the board? That might give her confidence then to continue and get another. Strawberry flick, 10-8. Creative receive from Miyuu. Nice and mature under the pressure to play a shot of higher risk. Takes some guts. And now she's got 2 serves, a chance. She misses the 3rd ball. That was the easiest one that she's missed. 11-8 to Kuaiman. It'll be interesting now to see what happens, because it's a case of Idesawa bouncing back or Kuaiman coming back. It's a 2-all. Still baffles me how these two are so good at 15 years of age. But there's players that have shown patterns of that in the past and that still do. I mean, Tomokazu Haramoto still under 17. Lin Yunju, still a teenager as well. Wang Chuqin of China. Zhu Haidong, Zhu Fei. There's so many strong players that are top 50 standard in the world. And that's why there's so many upsets in table tennis against world ranking, because it's It's a constant cycle of players that you haven't seen before but are still good. Beating people that you know. And because you know their game, you expect them to win. Because you think, oh, they're more experienced, but take Kuaiman as an example that isn't even in the top 200 in the world. She could beat top 50 players. I always say this ranking means nothing unless you've been there for a while. If you've been there for a long time, then it's justified. Bit of fortune for Midasawa. Spinny ball off the top of the net. Kuaiman can't block it on. Even the net can't reduce the amount of topspin. And KIHARA back in the lead, 5-4. I have to imagine that there's a degree of pressure playing for China. Wearing that shirt with the Chinese flag on it. There's over 300 million registered players in China. How crazy is that? Over 300 million registered players. So to be able to represent them internationally is phenomenal. Even some of the province players that aren't even in the national team would beat, you know, some of the internationals. It's crazy how strong the standard is. (7-5) to KIHARA, and let's not forget that both timeouts have been used. KIHARA's was used in the first game. Kuaiman's was used in the previous game. Beautiful play, a lovely forehand cross court and then a backhand cross court. Playing the X's of the table. Getting Kuaiman out of position, that's how to beat them. The Chinese get them out of position. It's hard because the footwork is so good, but that's one of the ways to do it. 8-6, still has a 2-point cushioned lead. Let's see if she can keep it. Kuaiman creeps back in with a pendulum serve and then a backhand down the line. Being left-handed in table tennis can be an advantage dynamically because there's fewer of them. And because there's fewer of them, left-handers are more used to playing right-handed players than right-handed players are used to playing left-handers, if that makes any sense. But back to 8-all. Kuaiman converting both of her serves. And converts a point off of the Miyuu KIHARA serve. The hook serve has worked well for the Japanese player, but that one was drifting too long and it was too predictable. This wouldn't be great for her if she lets this lead go that she had. But again, the serve drifts way too long. And Kuaiman isn't going to take any prisoners with that. Don't be mistaken, there's still a lot of spin on those serves. But top players can make amazing serves look like normal serves. Oh, what a turnaround that was. 8-6 to 11-8. KIHARA looks into the distance with a bit of disappointment on her face, because she knew that that game had her name written over it. But then, whether it was a lapse in concentration or poor tactics, she let her opponent get back into it. This could cost her the match. She has to refer it in her mind. It's 2-all, so this match now becomes a best of 3. The next player to win 2 games wins the match and advances into the quarter-finals. All tied up at 2-all. KIHARA looked as though she was going to lead 3-1. But you can never count the Chinese out. They always find a way, don't they? Somehow they know how. Irisawa has to relieve that disappointment. Forget about it. There's no point crying over spilt milk. She's got plenty to play for in this 5th set. We know that Miyuu KIHARA spins the first ball and then likes to slap, to drive it through. But if kuaiman's spinning heavily into the forehand, it makes it harder for KIHARA to slap the ball. Long push clips the edge of the table. KIHARA takes the lead in what seems like it's been a fair while, even though it hasn't. Time sometimes seems to merge together in table tennis, which is why you have to treat each point on its own merit, because you can be trailing and all of a sudden catch up, or you can be in front and all of a sudden your opponent catches up. It's a mobile game of chess. Each move matters hugely. Kuaiman goes for the pendulum serve into the forehand, misses it. (5-4) to KIHARA. This is really a dogfight, neck and neck. Constant changes in momentum. players not staying in front for a very long time. They're both sort of tactically outsmarting each other. Well, that's excellent play. I thought KIHARA had that point, but it was a mistake playing two balls into the same spot. KUAI was there waiting and ready. And she catches up again. KIHARA has not got a great service conversion percentage rate at the moment. The shovel serves were working well for her at the start. KUAIman's become accustomed to that, become used to it. So the serves should probably change now for KIHARA. KUAIman is sticking to the pendulum because it's giving her that forehand attack, as we saw there. KIHARA 6-8 down now. Let's see if she can convert these serves. Well, that was a beautiful flick. It's amazing, isn't it? As soon as it bounces shallow on the table, they come in. It seems to be taken even before the peak of the bounce. Well, there was an attacking opportunity. 9-7 to KUAIman. Well, it was a well-worked point. I enjoyed the first forehand that she played. But then, that's a real chance, but she slapped at it, she punched at it. Now we have it, 11-8. KUAIman turning things around in this match. 2-0 to KIHARA. She must be feeling a bit down and out at the moment because the past 3 games have gone to the Chinese player. It was a game of cat and mouse. At first the mice were in front, but the cats caught up. Well, the Chinese coach was on the edge of his seat after the first 2 sets. He can sink into it and relax a little bit more now. His player's in front, 3 games to 2. But there's still work to be done for kuaiman. KIHARA's a bit of a fighter. She's not going to lie down at any point. It's not over till the fat lady sings. The tactics of kuaiman have been much better. She's shut down the forehand attack of Miyuu KIHARA quite nicely. So now we're going to see if KIHARA can sneak through the door. Well, sometimes the net can be an advantage, but kuaiman turned the fortune into ferociousness. What a shot that was. Nice from KIHARA, the way she adjusted her body, bent down low, created space to play the ball down the line. These two are fairly evenly matched. KIHARA tried to set up the set piece. She pushed long, saw the attack coming, was ready for the counter, but the execution was slightly off. kuaiman bending down nicely, using the legs to accelerate up the back of the ball. Strawberry flick, but the Chinese unfazed. I've seen it all before. And the match is slipping away into the Chinese horizon. 6-3 to kuaiman. Miyuu KIHARA running out of answers at the moment. To bounce back from 2-0 down to win 4 games is as good an answer that you can get. If this was an exam, kuaiman would be an A-star student. She studied her opponent and she found the weakness. 8-3. Is it too little too late, or can KIHARA find something? Some light at the end of the tunnel. She's on the brink of defeat here. She may have won her match against Chen Yi of China in the team final, but it looks like kuaiman's going to be too strong on this occasion. 6 match points for kuaiman to advance into the last 8. Not the first time she does exactly that. 11-4 in the 6th to kuaiman. The unseeded KIHARA having a good run. Should be disappointed because she was playing on some supreme levels at times. She was excellent in the team event for Japan. And she'll take a lot away from this. She's only 15 years of age. She's got a very bright future indeed. She's still younger than Mima Ito, Miyu Hirano. She has those players to look up to, and we'll see how she gets on next year. kuaiman, though, also 15 years of age, advancing to the last 8. She'll meet either an Italian stallion